So what you would see is you'd see this hill, and you don't see it, but you can hear the fire still raging inside. And from what looks like two different spots on this hill, you see pillars of smoke rising up into the sky. Inside, it's getting hot. It's getting very hot inside that sarcophagus. You can hear the fires raging outside, and maybe there's just a little bit of smoke coming in, but probably the most annoying part is how hot and sweaty each one of you getting inside such a tight confines. It's tall enough for you, but there's not enough distance between each one of you that you're each kind of crammed. It's definitely a bonding experience. What's happening in there?
Eric, your shoulder, move it. It's pressing straight into my face.
Does anybody have a cloak on? Like Whirling has a cloak?
Actually, I have leather armor, I think. Yeah,
If
leather
you
armor.
purchase the starting bundle, the like 6 silver piece starting bundle, then you do have a cloak.
Oh,
I take a cloak. I take Whirling's cloak, rip it off,
Hey.
and stuff it off into the hole so that the smoke doesn't happen.
Okay.
Well,
There's
good
gotta be
thinking, but maybe bring your own next time.
There's got to be another way out of here. What if
You're actually feeling a little bit lucky because in the back of the sarcophagus, you see where the initially when Eric opened it, the block had fallen on him, and you see there's a little hole in the wall that looks like it rises up, and you think that's where you're getting some of your oxygen from instead of just dying inside here. But
Hmm.
can I make that hole larger?
I mean, it looks like it's made of stone, so it wouldn't probably wouldn't help. Unless, do you have a pickaxe?
I have an
Well,
axe.
but he has no place to swing it anyway.
Use your shovel hands.
Use your shovel hands.
Yeah, just bonk it straight against the stone wall. It'll work great.
Can I lift it? Could I push it out of the way?
The sarcophagus lid, yeah.
Right, but I'm saying the where the hole is from where is there any way that I could push against it, like feat of strength?
You could, but Werlin did give this whole area a thorough check, and he doesn't believe there's any sort of secret doors or secret panels there. But so time passes by, and it's probably terrifying inside that little container. But after about, let's see how long this lasts. It lasts for about 20 minutes before outside you see the smoke stop rising, and it probably takes another 10 to 20 minutes for it to start cooling down noticeably enough inside this sarcophagus that you feel like the fires are over.
I slowly peel off the cloak where I just sort of jammed it in. It's like I hand it over to Whirling. Like, here.
It's all covered in smoke.
Get it washed. Pay a copper.
It's a copper I needed for food.
Fine, I'll give you the copper. And I start moving the lid.
Yeah, you start moving the lid. Does anyone give him any assistance, or is it just
trouble?
Yeah, so you put your efforts together and you part it. It's completely dark in this chamber.
I have night vision. I mean, I have low light vision. So if there's light coming from over here, I can sort of see a little bit.
Yeah, it's dim. You can probably see some light coming through these tunnels, but it looks like the flames are out. There's a smell of soot, and there's a little bit of smoke still in this room.
Let's go before it starts again.
Yeah.
How light is Whalen?
Pretty light, I think. Let's take a
I
look.
have strength 14. I guess I can. I can help pull them out.
Yeah,
I
I weigh
can
like
toss-
114 plus a bit of gear.
I can't really toss you out, but I can sort of pick you up and just sort of put
Mhm.
you over the rim. It's like I
Yeah,
just reach inside and go like, go.
yeah. This isn't too deep either, so yeah, we could just hoist each
Yeah.
other out, and we're yay.
And I started
And
crawling.
it stinks inside this room. It's absolutely horrid. And Orbital, you might be the one to recognize this smell as you have the hunting skill, correct?
Yes.
And it smells like when you were done hunting, if you threw any bones on the fire,
Uh,
it smells like that. And you can only imagine that. I mean, all these sarcophaguses had bodies in them that had burned.
I have hunting and butchery, so yes, I am very much
There you go.
accustomed to the smell of all these things. Don't have cooking though. Do I have cooking? I think cooking is a. Yeah, I have to buy that skill anyway. One day, then not today. So yeah, I start crawling out. It's like, what?
Yeah, you guys start crawling out. There's probably still ashes in these tunnels, and you guys can get all the way out. Here, Eric, you can access yourself. You can probably get all the way out and see the day. It looks like if you stop by and look in either one of these two sarcophaguses in the first chamber, they appear the bones have they're just ash now. It looks like this was a final funeral pyre for whoever laid here.
No one could have survived this. I'm sorry, Eric, but Karamikos is dead. Just look at this. There's nothing but ash left. We couldn't even find him in all this pile if we tried.
I literally see
Moron.
Sorry for your loss.
Karamika says like his back to me and it's like, move.
Moron, I can hear you. No, I'm just standing out here.
If
I'm not-
you listen closely, you can hear his voice even now.
He's calling us from the afterlife.
He'll watch you from beyond the grave, Eric.
I'm just gonna run out of there and just like fall on the ground, catch my breath.
I'll come out, I'll just like pat myself off, and like 3 pounds of charcoal just pour out.
Right here.
Oh, Karamikos, I see your haunting spirit lingers still longer. What business do you still have to put to rest?
I do require vengeance against the living.
In general, or because we can do in general.
I suppose we could start with the elves.
You know, I don't like that. Actually, let's start somewhere else. I think we could agree on the humans.
How about the half-elves?
No, well, there's still some elf in there.
Could we not talk about massacring people? You know, just
Well, he's the ghost out for vengeance here, not me.
I poke him. Okay, I was like, he's alive. Half naked.
You
but
have the
alive.
spirit's
It's-
touch. It's amazing.
It's a little damp, and he kind of smells.
Yeah,
make
you
it
got
out?
my piss on my fingers now.
Probably smell more like smoke at this point.
Yeah, smoke. Yeah, whatever piss it was, it just evaporated. Otherwise, he would have been. He's like half naked with
Well, I'm
Cloak
not half
torn.
naked. I don't know why you want to imagine me naked, but I'm not half naked. You know, I was wearing
Oh,
stuff.
it's-
I was wearing stuff under the robes. You know.
Can we see his
Fire
face?
has distinctly burned him into having assless chaps and a W neck.
Oh.
Somehow,
a
I
very
also
discerning
look like
fire.
Arnold Schwarzenegger now as well. It's weird.
Yeah. Oof.
Your
Do you
clothes,
still have your shield on?
give them to me. Yeah, I have everything. Yeah, I just dropped it all and ran. No.
Oh, you pissed on it. Did you piss on your shield too? Your face shield?
My face shield, otherwise known as a mask.
That shield on your face. Did you piss on it?
Your face shield. The thing covering your face.
Did you piss on it?
No, I have robes. The robe goes over my head.
Well, I think one way or another, I'm still going to suggest a dunk in the river for all of us.
Yep.
And maybe a few years of rest to recover.
That's that's totally fair.
So yeah.
What? Yeah. Now's the question of what would you like to do? You're sitting outside this this small hill. There's smoke rising from it. You can probably still see some of the smoke rising and little wisps of it. There's not really anyone around. It's a nice day, other than nearly being burned alive. So, for what
Well,
it's
my
worth.
recommendation is we hop the wall, we head towards the nearest stream or river, and we start cleaning off for a bit, and then eventually head back to town.
What
Would
wall?
you like to about that? Would you like to? There is a river right next to Pfaffen and a small stream that runs through it. I never showed you guys the map, but this is what Pfaffen looks like.
Careful though. There might be 2 former bank robbers that want to co-opt our raft. I don't know how well this reference is going to pull if you don't know what movie I'm talking about.
It almost sounds like a Huckleberry Finn reference.
No, it's A River Runs Through It is the name of the movie.
The River Runs Through It was based on a town I lived in, but not filmed in that town, which was a weird
Ah, what a
thing.
shame.
It was based about Missoula, but then it was filmed in Bozeman. So
Okay.
Neat.
random
Oh.
fact. But
But yeah, so there's a river does in fact run through it, so that's perfect on the way back.
Is it deep enough to me for a cannonball into it, or do I have to just wade in?
it's deep enough at some points for you to cannonball into it. Just with a warning though, you don't want to cannonball too deep because you might not have the swimming skill.
It's okay, he's wearing heavy armor, he'll just sink like a
Cannonball!
wall.
Oh no, I'm drowning. So, you guys are going to stop by a creek on the way back and wash yourselves off. You know, clean everything off and have a nice little beach day to yourself. And what's your plan?
So, who are we telling about this?
Well, we have to
Well-
go back to town.
Yes, we do have to go back to the castle and inform the nobility there. And of course, I'm probably going to give the same story I did last time. There was a terrible demon in there that we fought and excised from the area. And it was wise of them to tell us to check. And truly, they are noble and intelligent benefactors of this town and deserve to have their rule. And as such, it was the wisest decision for them to hire us. And wiser still to give us our money.
And one of these days, somebody's going to find out your loyalty. Let us hope
That would
today.
require them to get a backbone. And go
Uh.
check themselves.
Before they wreck themselves.
No. Well, a stone did fall on somebody's head, so that can happen.
They did get wrecked.
Yeah.
You did wreck whatever that burial was.
They indeed got riggedy wrecked.
We could just go full
Ricky.
Minsk here. It's like, I haven't been feeling the same since my head wound.
So you're returning to town to go to the castle.
Mhm.
Is that what you're going for? All right.
Yeah, we got a report back.
All right. You make your way. You probably take your time doing it with additionally stopping by this creek to wash off. So it's probably been a little about an hour before you arrive once more at the castle and call for an audience with Lord Rythrock. So you guys knock and ask to be let in, and the Lord meets you in a small meeting chamber this time instead of the great hall. I hear you have news for me. Does it have something to do with the smoke and fire we saw but an hour ago?
That it does, and allow us to tell you about our explorations and findings. And I'll give it much the same thing that I just described. So I'll say, like, we went to explore and we felt this feeling of unease, much the same as your sister city, and we knew that it was only a matter of time before it must fall to the same nightmares that they did. And as such, we took action and found the demon responsible and excised him from the area. Such is the smoke that you see, in fact. It was its fault.
That's a good question. Eric, are you wearing the helm and wielding the sword at your side now? Or well, I guess not the armor yet, but
No, I mean I was just carrying it. I just tried the helm on. I'm not wearing it, and I'm not.
Keep
I'm
him in a
carrying
bag.
it, or we have it wrapped up in Warland's cloak.
So
because I don't want them to think that we're grave robbing. You know.
Yeah, that's
Despite the fact that we are grave robbing.
Still.
I don't want them to know who I really am.
True.
Says the
don't
man
see
with
my
a-
true colors.
Says the man with a brother wears a mask.
Yeah.
I don't
face
know
shield.
what you're getting at there. You know you're hated too as a hobgoblin.
True, but I'm not saying that I don't hide my face.
Also, again, if I'm not speaking in an accent, it's all out of character.
So confusing.
I mean, I have 2 charisma. You want me to hide my face.
Yeah.
So the Lord looks at you and goes, so you fought some sort of demon? What? And won? Is that where these wounds your half-orc looks extremely hurt? Did he do all the fighting for you?
It's true, he's a brave and noble fighter and took to the front, taking many a blow for us. Without him, I'm sure I would have probably fallen myself. As you can see, I'm in just as much disrepair.
Very well. I guess if you've fought some beast, then some sort of reward is worthy.
Truly, you're too generous, my lord.
Don't push me. For rumors of demons can't spread farther than this room. You hear me? We are a good, loyal subjects, and those things have no place here in Shidabeth. It's good you expelled them from our lands.
It not another soul need ever know. It is simply between you and I.
Indeed. Give me a few moments. I must consult with my advisor, and your payment will be brought forth shortly.
As you wish.
So he gets up and departs for a short while, and he doesn't return, but instead the advisor himself returns. A little bit of an older man with the starting to be graying hair in those robes. And he comes and he has a small chest, a little. A little small thing, and he places it on the table. And he says, Lord Rythok needed to or wished that you received this payment for your services. And he opens it up, and it looks like a large coin purse, which is currently open with a little bit of silver inside of it.
Okay. I'll go ahead and take the coin purse. I'll just sort of count it out so I know how much is in there, or I'll ask him. He probably knows.
It's got a little bit of a heft going on, but it looks like there's a total of 24 silver in it.
Okay. And I guess there's 4 of us here right now, and we could just do the 4-way split that way.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and each of us get 6 silver.
Wait, did you say
That's not
4-way
everybody.
split?
Yeah.
What about the people that are here but not here?
Mm,
One of them was literally there and then vanished at one point during the...
Well, we could do 4 silver each then, and then Eli can go to their sheets and personally add 4 silver to each of them.
I do have this power.
Yes.
I mean, is that the same divide? Sorry, I didn't hear how much it was to begin with.
24, so by 6 it's 4. Which is just the inverse of the exact same thing we
Well,
just
I
did.
don't know. I mean, I don't know that it's 6. One of them was never there with us.
Well, Eli... I mean, Theta, you have the honorary math degree. I mean, you should know.
That's true.
Well, I didn't have the stupid-ass shirts that have math shit on it.
How do you get an
didn't
honorary
learn.
math degree?
We promoted him.
You saved some puppies at a local college, and they gotta give you some degree. What's the stupidest degree we got? Acting.
Communications? I don't...
Yeah.
Stage theater.
Math.
Teaching.
Math was up there.
I do have a cousin that had a degree in communications. Now he's CNN. So
Mhm.
it
Nice.
fits. It fits. It actually fits across the board.
I say we just use
Anyway.
the age-old method of we divide it 5 ways, and whatever's remainder we just take to a bar.
Six
But there's
is
Chrissy
actually
Joe
divisible, though.
and,
5 of these.
Lunella,
Yeah, but the
so
6th
gotta be
person
6.
was never here. Lunella wasn't here for the hiring, and she wasn't here for the mission. So, in my estimation, that means no money.
Yeah, well, this is kind of like more of an out-of-character concern.
I'm hearing by the silence that I'm the asshole.
I mean, it does-
Wait,
she
you're
also-
not?
She didn't take part in this mission, and that makes sense.
Mhm. Yeah, it's just like if we divide 24 by 5, it's not going to be even.
I mean,
unless
look at
they
her
make you
face right now.
unhappy.
She understands.
You're just gonna piss off the GM. Just split it 6 ways.
We're not going to
Oh,
piss
I'm-
off
I'm
the
not pissed
GM.
off.
Okay.
I'm
So
just
how about
kidding, I'm
this?
just
If
kidding.
anything,
Five-
he pissed on himself.
5 to
True.
everyone but Lunella.
Better
and
to
each
be
of us
pissed
here
on than
gets
pissed off.
an additional silver.
True.
So each of us will get 6, and then Finn gets 5.
Why does Finn get 5? Finn
You mean
almost
this
died.
part, right?
Finn should get more than... You know what?
Well, I mean,
I'll be
how many
magnanimous.
people are here that I don't know how you're dividing this anymore.
It's 5. We're dividing it by 5. I'm just saying, yeah, divide by 5.
Okay, sorry, I meant each of us here will get 5, Finn gets 4.
How much silver? 24?
24, yeah, so 4
So how do you
times
do-
5 is 20, and then 4 more 24. There.
Okay.
But why are you giving Finn a lesser share? Finn almost fucking died.
Because they're not here, and I'm trying to figure out how to evenly distribute by 5.
They went to 1 hit point and almost died. They had to use up all of their resources to not die.
We've divided by 4, we've divided by 5, we've divided by 6. I'm
Oh
done.
no, just divide by 5.
Okay.
I'm
so
just saying,
Eric,
make it an even cut, and whatever's left over, we all just take to a bar and enjoy ourselves.
Eric is going to go over to the pouch, take his 4 silver, and say, "This is my part. I'm done."
Okay. There we go.
So I'm going to take 4.
Alright, then everyone else
Okay.
gets 5.
Ooh, good.
Bam, there we go. Why everything's solved.
Well, to be
We
fair,
split the money.
Eric did get all of the loot, like literally everything in there, including the stuff I picked up and gave to Eric.
Yeah,
It's Eric, not Eric. It's Eric. It's 1 syllable.
It's also
Eric.
true.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Eric.
No, it's not Eric. It's Eric.
That's what I'm saying, Eric.
Eric
You're
and
right.
Aaron, yes,
I can
of
hear
course.
you.
I hope you can hear me.
I got
This
an
is a
honorary
vocal
degree in
medium.
hearing, and I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, I have a master's degree in hearing.
It's okay, let's escape.
Yeah, this is gonna go forever.
Still, I'm perfectly fine with you holding on to the sword you can actually use and the armor you can actually wear, so I have no problem.
But you actually
Well-
can't wear it. It's the thing.
No,
Oh,
but
I
isn't
do.
there stuff on it? I thought there were like symbols and things.
Oh, yeah, there's Deji script.
Yeah, so I thought we'd want to figure that
Oh,
out.
Degit? I can speak Degit.
Oh,
Yeah,
can
but can
you
you
read it?
read Desh?
I don't think I can. Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you're literate in Deji.
Come
We
on,
don't know if
Orbible.
it's-
Speak to the armor. What does it say to you?
We don't know if it's.
What are your secrets?
Yeah. So,
The advisor clears his throat. Do you need anything else while you're in? While you're here, I'm sorry that Lord Rythok had to step away, but I could certainly answer any of your questions.
I push my way to the front and say, "Yeah, we need some food and a place to stay."
He gave that to us last time, I believe.
Well, would he give it to us again?
He
We could
just
still just
directed
go
you
there.
to the inn last time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe Lord Rythok told you of the nearby inn, but I am curious to hear about this demon you spoke of. Can you describe it for me, perhaps?
What demon?
The demon I told them about, of course.
It was-
Of course you don't listen, and even after fighting it face to face, you just blotted out your mind, you stupid
Should I
orc.
hip check
You-
him or something?
6 feet tall
Yeah.
with bat wings coming off of its back. Very
I wanna
angular face.
Push him out of the way and glare at him. There's no demon.
Karamikos knows that. Yeah, you hip checked me like 12 feet,
Ah!
straight out the window.
Dies. Lord Rythok told me that you exorcised or fought some sort of demon from our old burial grounds.
That's right. And Karamikos had the right of it.
No.
I see.
What are you doing, Eric?
He told us not
Eric,
to talk about it.
Did the
Out of
stone that fell
character.
on? Yeah. Well, we literally just described everything in front of you, and you literally heard earlier. I was saying we fought a big, bold demon and all that, and you were at the front line fighting it head on and everything. And you even took the blow for me. So that's
But
what
he
you heard earlier.
But he wasn't in the room, right?
He wasn't.
I-
No.
Right. He wasn't. Right. So
Oh, I thought we were all in the room.
we were,
No,
but
no.
he
Like
wasn't.
the advisor wasn't the.
Oh,
the first-
okay.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And
And I turned to Eric and go like, you see, the reward we got was because we fought this big honking demon. Isn't that right, Werlin?
that's right.
Because of course we did that, and we
I'm
nearly
sorry.
died. So I think that's what the reward.
But
is
yes.
about.
But you heard
And-
Karamikos' description.
Yes, I heard it.
We we face dangers. We survived these dangers. That's just what important.
I want to pull out my
What-
broadsword and
Mhm.
advance on him and say, "Why do you want to know so bad?"
Oh,
Please don't threaten the advisor.
Uh,
Well, time to go
Uh,
all in.
please.
He wasn't in
you're-
the room.
He's stepping back. There's no need for. I'm just asking questions.
You weren't in the room.
I do like the opinion of Eric that if you're not where the information was originally figured out, you can never figure out information.
you do realize that he works for the Lord, right? That's,
I
Why does he want to know? I'll take another step toward him.
he kind of looks back and he keeps taking a step back. I think it might be best if you leave Fafen as quickly as you can. If this is how you
I draw my sword.
Werlin leaves.
I mean,
There he
I
goes.
don't-
if Eric
Don't
is
let
going to
him
get
leave.
himself killed, I cannot stand by and, not defend my brother. So I draw my sword.
Sure, everything will go
Alright.
great for you guys.
I
Don't let him
Yeah, he
leave,
takes-
Karamikos.
he takes another step back.
Well, I'm not
Why do you
fond
wanna
of
know?
nobles.
I don't want to have to call the guards here. We were just having a conversation. I was
What
just
would
asking.
Rythok think of you knowing this?
I am his advisor. I
why-
advise in things like in these matters.
Why
That
weren't
is
you in the
not
room?
for you to know.
I'd be very disappointed if Dennis is pulling a Jafar moment right now. Like the butler always did it. Well, the advisor is clearly the bad guy. I watched Aladdin.
Could be.
He shakes his snake stick at you. You should not interfere where you want.
Out of
No,
here,
yeah.
street rat.
Why does he want us to leave so bad? Why do we have to leave right away?
You pulled your blade on him.
You threaten him. He's like putting stuff, and I'm just standing in the side, going like, just shrugging, like, what's good?
Look, I have no idea what's going on either, but I will
What
support
are-
my brother no
What aren't you
matter what.
understanding?
Well,
I had advised Lord Rythok that you were charlatans and cutthroats, and now I have all the proof I need. Your blades speak enough for you.
Oh. Oh well. Well, I got my money. See you.
Yeah,
And I just leave. So like,
I'll
I
step
see
back and we'll leave. Or I'll leave.
Okay. All right.
I'll just kind of slowly keep my sword in my hand and slowly back away. And let's go, Karamikos.
That was dumb. I do not know why you did that.
Oh, maybe. Maybe not.
No, it was dumb. There's no maybe.
Well, you don't know.
I do know. I have
Why would you-
lifetime experience. This is dumb. I do not know why you've done this.
I just had a feeling about that advisor. I don't know.
What if our father was hiding out here? We could not come back.
We can't come back anyway.
Why not?
Well, Rythok is the only one that knows about the demon thing or whatever.
No, you just threatened the advisor to Lord of Town, whatever.
Why wasn't he in the room when Rythok was telling us, don't mention this to anybody? Do you think the advisor knows?
Yes, he said he was going to go tell the advisor. He literally said that. It's a
Did he
thing
really?
he said, yes.
Hmm.
He said he was going to confront his advisor about this and then give us the money. And then the advisor came back and spoke about it and gave us the money.
But maybe he didn't tell him why he gave him the money.
No, he obviously did, since the advisor spoke to us about it. And he said that he was going to.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just hurting. I need the rest.
Well, we can't rest here. You've made sure of that.
I'm young and stupid sometimes.
I know. Come on. Let's go.
All right.
So I was
Where
about
are
to,
you going to go?
I'm about to buy a rope, and it was like, we're leaving. I'm like, what rope?
Well, I guess we'll catch up to the other ones, right?
Buy it in
Since
the
they're
next
last.
town, I guess.
Oh well, thanks.
Or
All right, so you
steal
guys
it on the
are-
way out of town.
Would you like to try to buy a rope in town before you leave?
I'll try to. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if they have any rope available. Are you going for silk or hemp rope?
Oh, hemp.
All right. Let's me find some. Just have to. It's rope has got some great availability. Even at the lowest, it's an 80% available. But hemp, this is medium availability town. So there's an 85% chance they have some rope, and they do. Sure enough, they have some rope available for sale. It's 4 copper pieces.
I don't even question it. I just drop the copper pieces on this. Like, there you go.
All right, they pass you 50 feet of rope.
50 feet it is. I coil it and I put it on my shoulder. Okay, thank you.
I also want to point out something to you, Dennis.
Yeah, what's up?
We've been to 2 towns now, and not once have we made any effort to try and find our dad.
Right.
We haven't asked people anything, or we done anything.
I've been wondering about that. I'm like, they're trying to find their dad, and they haven't asked anyone about it.
I guess maybe we're just working on fate, right? Maybe we'll just bump into him in the woods. I don't know.
Oh,
Well, I thought in my backstory I had said that maybe he's in Keiko Jeer or something.
yeah, right up.
I mean, if you have an idea, I do not. So
Well, it was in my backstory that you read, that that I gave you too, so you had. So
No, I'm just saying that my
that
character wouldn't have any idea.
yes, you would, because I picked. If you read my backstory, I picked you up, and we are on our way there. That's why we decided to go to
No, I'm
Terran.
saying I understand what you're saying. I'm saying
Yeah.
that to my background, you're the one with the idea, not me.
Oh, right, yeah, yes, correct.
What
I
was the
got you.
town that we were at?
You
Fafen?
are in the town of Pfaffen.
Faffen SS.
Pfaffen. Yeah, you're right here.
Well, I guess we're
If
sleeping
you
underneath the
notice,
stars tonight.
Say what?
yeah, there's a road leading down to Byjoff and a road leading back to Terran. There's not much of a road to Roby, but that's another nearby town.
Mhm.
There's
Uh,
also the east. If you really want to travel far, you go down the Bith River to back.
Where on the map is that place, Dennis? I can never find anything on the map.
We'll have Eli ping it.
Yeah.
Which one are you looking for?
It's northwest.
Oh, yeah.
The Keiko.
It's the capital
It's-
of Slen.
Oh, sorry. You were saying Kekajir, and I'm hearing like a word without a hyphen in it, for one thing.
Do you
I didn't know we were
hyphenate
talking
when
about the
you-
capital. I was looking for all these small towns.
Oh no.
yes,
Is
of
the
course. He's in
hyphen
the.
like?
Do you pronounce things with the?
Is it like Hawaii? Like Hawaii? Like where you have
No,
a
it's
pause?
just I'm saying that when you said it, I was imagining a word that was a
Ah,
single
okay.
word. I'm adding letters that don't exist
Yeah.
in the word.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, so we want to head to
Yeah. So we want to go northwest.
Flay
for-
capital.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
Flay
it.
City, baby.
in
Technically,
the
it is.
meanwhile,
It's where all the
might I make a
slaves.
suggestion? We do have a place to stay in Terran. It's just a day and a half walks away. We can go there, rest up for a while, and then while we're there, we can figure out if not, you two want to journey straight into the heart of slave territory, where you'll be captured and tortured for who knows how long.
It's not the heart. Well, I mean, technically, but it's more like if you imagine old Aztec, right?
Mhm.
Like height of the release ceremony, where like slaves would be marched into the city just to be sacrificed one after another on top of the ziggurat.
Right,
That's
so
what that
we'll go
place
to
is.
Terran, and we'll discuss whether or not you want to go get your heart sacrificed.
I don't
Your
I don't
heart out.
imagine it's much of a discussion.
All right.
Well, at any rate, it is a place to rest down where we haven't just worn out our welcome with threats.
Yeah.
So that's my suggestion. Do you think this is good?
I think that we should not go to the slave hold places. I hate slavers.
Well,
In
good,
general.
kill them then.
Right,
It will
but I'm
take me
talking
a
about
while
just go
to
to
kill the
Terran.
entire city. It's gonna.
Oh, I got time.
Well, it's like 200
Okay.
miles away anyway, and I thought we were trying to figure something out here.
What's more important to you, but other?
True.
Also, to my recollection, it is only 90 feet away. I cannot
That's
see map,
true.
but finger to finger, 90 feet.
Alright, so, let's head to Terran first.
Ooh, I
Recover
just
for a
realized I
while.
could do something. I can change it from feet to miles, and now you have an accurate distance, I think.
A little more
Let me
accurate, yeah.
see.
It is now 90 miles.
Yeah.
It's slightly off.
Yeah, you want to set it to like 1.2.
Or yeah, or even 10. What's the scale of this map? Do you have the scale?
That's what he's doing
look
right
at the
now.
top right.
But yeah, I've got a scale on it, and I didn't know why I never thought to adjust the actual. That's close.
It's pretty good.
Oh, it's so close.
Just finesse it. Get it perfect.
Oh,
We did it!
Just chuck it up to the inaccuracies of fantasy medieval map making. It's like,
Exactly. That's what it is.
122 miles away.
yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's as the crow flies across the mountains.
We just need a pair of giant birds.
Yes, we could put some string between them.
Giant birds, sturdy like stone, like rock. Giant flying rock. That's what we need.
Right. So are you? Is the plan to depart for Terran then?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
So you guys, yeah.
can we get
Sorry, Eric.
so on our way to? Can we buy? You can't bandage your wounds up, right? I mean, once they
Only for like what, an hour
like
after you get them?
once it's been an hour, right? Yeah, then you can't.
I do have first aid, so if anybody needs
Oh,
it.
you do.
Oh, so we could have. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So he can do first aid treatment, which means you can take a day off every one of your wounds. Basically, you can treat it like everyone had fast healing, and if you have fast healing already, it treats you as having like extra fast healing.
Okay.
But yeah, you have if you take a wound, you have to do first aid within an hour. Otherwise, it's just role playing. So
I am a fast healer too, but
Okay, so I would take an additional day off because, or we have to roll for it.
when he treats you, he's considered to be like changing your bandages and
clean them
cleaning
up.
your
Yeah.
wounds. Yeah, just doing just general maintenance that
Okay.
like a nurse might do to someone who's severely wounded.
Mhm.
So who's injured, and I'm gonna do the first checks.
I'm injured.
literally.
I'm like, hey, wait up.
It's
But-
been more than an hour, so you don't have to make any checks. This is just something that you can do automatically.
Okay.
The trip
Okay.
to Terran alone, my fire wound would go away. So,
No, but I mean, whoever is actually significantly wounded, not somebody who pissed on themselves. So yeah.
I want to point out to you, Lessons, that I was injured before I got into all this. I just have a number of small wounds is my problem. So they're each getting healed on the way.
Oh, this is individual wound healing thing. Okay, got it. So I treat everyone else.
Mhm.
Do the thing, clean their bandages. I take water from the river and clean their bandages. It stinks a little, but
Okay.
I guess
What
these are
is
reusable.
What is it,
Reusable
the
ones, so
Iodine River?
I mean,
Yeah,
I
there's
have to clean the blood and all that, and also have to clean the wound itself. So it has to use water. I don't have iodine. It's the
Witchcraft.
best next bit.
Use a
The
witch.
next. I'm ugly enough as it is. You don't have to pile it on.
Back when I was a child, we just rubbed shit in our wounds.
And you survived.
all right.
It's a miracle.
It makes you tougher. It builds your immune system, right?
Yes. Then we squeeze lemon over wound. Then pour salt.
That's the
Salt in wound.
only way to do it.
Only the rich of us had salt to pour in wound.
Yes, everyone else had shit. See.
Everyone just had to sweat and then squeeze their sweat on their wounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Others of us would go running for hours on end so that we could take off their clothes and squeeze out their sweat into our wound.
luxury, pure luxury, opulence,
And
even.
this comes from somebody who is a butcher and a hunter, and he says, "That's just disgusting."
I think you don't have to be a butcher or a hunter to know that that's kind of just it's pretty disgusting.
I mean, it's just like somebody who's used to wading in viscera and skinning animals and all that. And it's like, and he says, "Yeah, that's kind of gross." Yes.
So you guys head out from Fafen using the trail here, and it's you've traveled this before. You know what to expect. You know the lay of the land. You were already doing stuff on this day, so you've got kind of a half a day to travel, and it's probably near the end of the day by the time, or not near the it's probably nearing the end of the day by the time you reach the spot that you were, or at least close enough to the spot that you were ambushed by bandits. So you could decide to push on past it or camp before you get to that. That's up to you.
Right. We could camp before. I think that's fine.
Okay. All right. So you set up you set up camp. As you're today was a hot day. You really, I mean, it was in it's spring, and so it's starting to feel it's you're starting to get some of those hotter and hotter days as it gets a little bit closer to summer. It's this was in the mid 80s. And it was kind of nice. Uh,
Hmm.
as you're setting up camp, it looks like in a little distance, maybe a mile or two down the road, it looks like there's another campfire or two or three.
Hmm.
I suspect they took my advice and came back in greater number.
Whose advice? What did you say?
The bandits.
Moron is giving people advice on how to kill us.
Last time I berated them for being stupid.
So he stupidly told them how to kill us.
Can we go around
It's
them?
only professional courtesy, one bandit to another.
Now he admits he's outlaw.
This is
I
as you're
agree.
setting up camp for the night. As you're
I,
setting up camp for the night, you notice that there's several campfires down the trail, just a mile or two.
I happen to agree with the masked man here. That was stupid.
Maybe no fire tonight.
I think I agree.
I mean, it's hard enough as it is, so sure.
Are we right on the trail? Or are we off the trail?
You were just a little bit off the trail.
I mean, also, Dennis, we went by these people before. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah. But nobody. I mean, that doesn't mean we're going to
Before
get to go by
you
them
had
again.
one campfire that you passed by. This looks like it's more like 3 or 4.
Maybe it's a vigil. Maybe it's a vigil for the other bandits that we've killed.
Maybe we go
No.
off the path.
Who would do such a thing?
Who would do this? All our poor youths.
Poor Tommy, who was just trying to get enough money together to get that
Go to
kid his
college.
surgery that he needed. After he
This
got
is how they
gangrene
raise
on his
funds.
leg.
All right, so would you like to just set up camp? Or any precautions?
I guess we do.
No fire.
A fire, and I take the first watch. That's the word I was looking for.
And I think we go
Okay.
further off the path.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Okay.
Where are we on the map?
You guys are about right here. Oh, that wasn't the ping tool. Right about here.
Yeah, just a little bit up the trail, really.
Boop. Boop.
How close are we to? Well, I guess we're not that close, huh? Is it all wooded around
Yeah,
us? Or?
it's mainly a pine forest.
Because I say we go deeper into the forest, like towards where Roby is, even though we don't know where Roby is. You know what I mean, guys?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I can agree on that.
makes sense. I can.
Okay. All right. So is that you're gonna head out into the woods more before you set up camp?
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
So you go a little bit off the trail. Are you gonna use a fire?
No, we've decided no fire tonight.
Okay.
I
so
mean,
you
why
go
would I
fireless.
use fire? In fact, I'm going to make it darker.
Well, that's why we're going into the forest more. Maybe like a mile in or something.
Okay.
Would your darkness bubble be more visible than a fire?
I think at night,
I don't-
darkness.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's no more visible than when you look into the woods, right? And it just seems to get darker.
Yeah. I think also it only lasts a couple minutes, doesn't it?
No, that's 30 minutes.
Oh, nice.
So you could have a 30-minute fire in which you guys cook the fire, make your food really quick, Then put out the fire. Darkness away.
Who brought the hot dogs?
I mean, technically, the fire still exists within the darkness. You just can't see it.
Right,
Yeah.
and the concern is smoke more than anything.
Or falling into the fire.
Yeah, not being
That
able to.
too.
Well, I guess technically the heat would still exist,
Yeah.
so you know
I
you're
probably
getting
won't.
closer.
I probably want to pee on myself, just in case I'm falling in the fire.
Okay, everyone, we're gonna start the fire. Everyone pee on yourselves. I'm gonna cast darkness, and we're gonna cook in the darkness.
Keep getting exposed to fire. Pavlovian response kicks in every time a fire's around. I piss myself.
There's a wet stain in front of him. We're like, oh, what the hell?
That's why I wear 2 robes now.
So, you guys set up the fire. The watch order is gonna stay the same as in
Wait,
that document.
no, we don't set up a fire.
Right?
What?
No,
Or
no.
Oh, I thought that there was this whole
that-
talk.
No fire.
That was not gonna work.
No fire.
I have my,
No
I
fire.
have my elven fireworks here, though. Don't we want to see the display tonight?
No, Elven fireworks
so fire.
suck compared to Hobbit fireworks.
Oh, well, let's break those out too. We'll make it.
Have a party. So you guys take your time doing not having a fire. You guys bed down for the night and have your trail rations, and the night passes by uneventful. You aren't disturbed by whatever that camp is that further down the road.
Mm.
And come the morning, is there anything you guys you want to do differently? Do you want to return to the road, travel through the woods? It'll slow you down, but you can still do it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I think we should travel into the woods.
Right. I don't
Okay.
like the idea of bumping in against so many people.
By the way, at this point, we're what, half a day from Tehran or a full day from Tehran?
A full day at this point.
Okay, so we're half a day away from Fafnir, whatever hell it's called.
Fine.
I like Fafnir better. That town's name is Fafnir now.
Fafnir.
That sounds like a cool name for a town.
I know, right?
It does.
That place is now Fafnir.
It's probably on the map somewhere.
It sounds like a place that's really near Faf.
Wah 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 wah.
It took me a second.
I'll be here all week, guys.
Absolutely terrible.
I'm like,
Yeah, I think we go deeper into the woods, and then this brown that we see on the map, is that like
Shit, it's a shit stain on the map.
no, it's not. Is it like hills
shit?
or
hills.
Yes, those are hills and mountains.
yeah? So I think we head that way.
What, over the hill and far away?
Well,
To
no,
Grandma's
not
house.
exactly.
Yeah, I want to. Grandma's how we go.
We may return
Yeah.
someday.
We don't have Toto.
Well, it's not raining.
Well, I don't think it
Um,
was raining in the Wizard of Oz either. It's just real windy.
I was going like Toto rains in Africa. That's the Toto direction I took.
I was going Toto, Wizard of Oz.
Anyway,
So here is these different colors are elevations, and I've oh, that did not copy at all. Where's screenshot? Take a snapshot.
By the way, the dotted line is political border, right?
The dotted line is this dotted line here is actually the lines for the Corin Woods. You're talking about this black line. There isn't actually a political line here, but the political line is somewhere between the upper Bith River, like this and this lower Deshada River.
By the way,
So this
fucking math nerds. Corin to the N power, to the woods to the S power.
there are a lot of they're really into woods.
Math nerds.
Yes, there's a,
Can I see the hills from where we are?
yeah,
right
most
back, don't worry.
likely.
Okay.
Because this gray, this kind of teal, not teal, this what color would you call that? Kind of pinkish brown. That pinkish brown is somewhere in the 3,500 feet range.
Where do you see any pink?
This kind of brownish.
That's
What
all
would you call the
brown.
color
There's
here?
no pink in there at all.
What's kind of pinkish brown, right? Like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lighter brown.
I agree.
No.
Yeah, that.
Well, you can't see anything anyway.
I, the person, am not blind.
Okay,
All right,
so
here's a. I uploaded it to the Discord. There's the elevation. So that's about 500 feet of an elevation gain from where you are, and basically every darker stage is another 500 feet. So, like, let's see if I can find a real.
So
Like,
Eric says to the group that I'm still kind of hurting, and I think we need to skirt that higher elevation on our way to Terran and find a slightly different way to Terran than to go along the path, because I'm not down with trying to kill some bandits right now. Okay.
Ooh, wow, that's quite an elevation map.
Light orange
T.
is what that's called.
light
Yeah.
orange. Oh, did you do like a color capture? Or?
Yeah. Light orange.
Nice.
I don't think you're going to get light orange confused with pink.
It kind of looks pink on my map too, so.
Well, you're both blind, obviously. Obviously, I'm playing the wrong character.
It's just the coloration on my screen.
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's start blaming stuff, right?
Yeah.
Your mother didn't feed you enough carrots.
Oh, I love carrots.
All right.
It's fine. It's
So
a
you
myth
guys are
anyway.
gonna skirt the foothills. You're gonna skirt the foothills and then travel to Fafan, trying to stay in the woods as long as you can.
No,
Sounds
because we're
like
heading
Fafan.
away from
To
Fafan,
Terran.
you might remember.
Oh,
I feel like you're trying to
Terran,
trick
Terran.
us with
Terran,
every
right.
sentence.
No, that was completely unintentional.
20-minute conversation about not lighting a campfire. So you light the campfire, and
It's the mental
Well, you're
experience
coming
of
up-
being lost.
so now you're heading back to Fafan, right? No.
There it
I
is.
added the elevation map to the handouts as well, so now that you can view it there.
Oh, that's so much better. I can actually see that.
Yeah. We're still going to Terran, right?
You're still going to Terran. I misspoke, and you're skirting through the woods. Yeah, the going's definitely a lot slower now that you're moving through the woods and you're taking your time and you're trying to take this different route. It's rather nice in the woods. There's a little bit more elevation gain and loss as there's some hills in here, but you're trying to avoid the really steeper elevation leading up to the mountains to the west. And let me see, it's still spring. It's kind of untamed lands. And this day is definitely a little bit colder. As you're getting closer and closer to these hills, can everyone make observation checks for me?
What about a listening check?
Yeah, that
Listening,
me
it's always
double
just
check.
dependent on how far away it really
No.
is.
it's not. It's not a listening check. It's farther than 590 feet away.
Look at that. It's awesome.
Go figure, the
Ooh,
blind guy
still
didn't see it
observing.
coming.
Oh. So, as you're trekking along, Orbital, you're probably in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you made exactly an average check. That's perfect. So you're in the front and you're mainly focused on the path ahead of you, but every once in a while, I mean, you're a ranger. You're used to studying your surroundings, and so you and Eric the barbarian both notice that up in the nearby hills to the left, you notice what looks like several goats. And at first you think nothing of it, but then you notice what looks like a shepherd up, like guiding them and watching you from above. He looks like he might be glancing in your direction, but he doesn't necessarily look like he's watching your party, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I set up, and because I probably examining some kind of grass or something, and I, hey,
He's about 1,200 feet away at this distance, so he's a little far away. But
I mean, he doesn't hear
you,
me, but he can see my hand waving,
yeah. You wave, and after a moment, there's a wave back.
Just a moment. Yeah.
Yeah, yours.
Yeah. Just a moment.
I like it. He says, Clear sees me waving, and all I'm thinking of is the scene from Mr. Deeds. I thought he was trying to cast a spell on me, but I suppose he was waving hello.
I'm still gonna recommend. Well, he's out here, and we did see the fires last night. We ought to at least warn him of people in the area.
You've traveled a little bit of a distance. It's been an hour or two of travel since you set up camp.
Yeah, that's not
and
too far away.
This does seem to be off the beaten track.
Okay.
All the better to
Alright.
to warn him, though. So I'll go ahead and start approaching that direction for a little bit.
All right, so you're gonna move towards him.
Yeah.
All right. So you move in that direction, and after it takes a little bit of time. You have to start climbing the steeper hillside, and you're closer. You're starting to see the goats moving around. Some of them watch you. Some of them scurrying around,
hmm
and you see. Now that you're getting closer, you see what looks like 2 to 3 of them. Well, actually, you see exactly 3 of them, and they're all kind of sitting around. Looks like they might be enjoying a snack, maybe even lunchtime, like it is now. They've each got staves, and what they look on the younger side of things. Only one of them might
hmm
be actually considered a human adult.
Okay, so I'll wave hello to them as I approach and go, "Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
You wouldn't mind if we ate with you? It is lunchtime."
Uh, they kind of look like sure.
Okay. I'll wave everyone else over, and we can sort of sit down and eat together for a little bit. And I'll open up and ask, how have things been out in this neck of the woods? I hope no one's bothered you too much out here. Well, ourselves excluded.
We keep to ourselves. We mainly tend our goats. There's not much trouble around here.
I see. That's good.
Who are you all? What takes you? We have goats, but you're certainly no shepherds.
Well, I'm Whirlin, and we're on our way back to Terran, after briefly visiting Fafon. Uh, on our way to Fafon, though, we encountered a few bandits, and on our way back, we saw quite a number of campfires. I'm a little bit concerned. I was hoping maybe you had seen them pass by or not. But I suppose if not, here's the warning. There may be a number of bandits out down there in the woods, not too far away, but a few hours' walk.
We don't trek far down near Fafan, but thank you for the warning. What what did these bandits look like? I've heard trouble of half-orcs and hobgoblins.
I believe when we had seen them, they were humans, but we didn't go to investigate this time. It would have been too much just for the likes of us.
Well, we're certainly no fighters, but we also carry no coin. We just have our goats.
Then I suppose if they do come up to harass you, I hope they pay you no mind for it. At least you do have the terrain to help you.
That's very true. Uh, where are you headed?
Oh, to Terran, as I said.
Oh,
We've
Terran,
delivered a message, and we're returning now.
Oh, well, that sounds fun. We've got our sheep to tend to, and uh, we mainly sell them at Roby. Do you know if there's uh or do you know if there's much of a market in Terran?
Uh, good question. I was just there, and I'm a merchant, Eli. How do I feel about that?
Roll a salesmanship check.
Hey,
You didn't do a lot of looking into uh, the market for goats in Terran, but uh, you think it could make a decent penny if it's more than what they make selling at another spot. You don't know. You've never been to Roby, but uh, if you don't know the journey from Terran to Roby, so if that's a worthy journey, yep, maybe it'd be worth it. So there's some factors you don't know, but you think you when you went to Terran, you didn't see actively a lot of goats being sold, so potentially the
right,
market's completely open.
right. The market's healthy, and there didn't seem to be much competition, so I'll share that much and say you could probably make a fair bit of money there if you wish.
Oh, well, thanks for the tip.
Of course. It's been a pleasant meal with you all.
How far is it to Roby from here?
Roby from here is it's a little bit of a journey. You guys are about here, so it'd be about 10 miles. It's usually it's about another day out from here. We like to take our goats. We spend a few days out with them before we travel back home.
Are you planning a trip there soon?
Uh, this is about as far as we go, as far as things go. But yeah, I mean, probably circle back, start making our way back. It's certainly slower with goats.
So you don't take them into Roby?
Well, uh, only to sell them.
How often do you do that?
Goat selling season. Uh,
Is it
every few months, or when we need more supplies, we can sell a goat, buy what we need.
okay? Thanks for your time.
Th- Thanks for sharing a meal with us. Uh, Don't always get to speak to your likes, but
Nobody
it
likes us.
happens.
We're not all bad.
Well,
I'd say you're okay. Maybe average, maybe a little low,
Oh, Whirlin.
but not bad. No, of course not.
If they were going to Roby, we could ask them to take us to Roby, but it doesn't sound like they're going there, so
there there are goat trails leading to Roby from here. Most folks take the river though if they're looking for an easy path.
where's the river from here?
Uh you guys said you were from Boffin, right?
We were in Foffen, yeah.
Well, if you go south of Foffen, Foffen will meet up with a bunch of rivers, and if you just follow them west, you'll certainly lead up to the Roby River Valley.
But from here, can we follow the goat trail to the river, or
Uh, yeah. He looks over to some of his compatriots, and they kind of, yeah. I think you can take them to the river. You'll get a kind of a look over. You might have to climb down into the river valley, but I think so. Yeah.
About how far is it to Roby? Is it still a day if we did that?
Yeah. It might shave a little bit of time, but I think still a day. Yeah. It's a tough getting over this. He'll point up to the rising hills to the west and southwest. Getting over those is the tough part.
There's no way around them. I guess the river.
I mean, if you go around, you reach Terran, but there's not a great route from Terran to Roby.
Right. I look to Karamikos and I say, well, we haven't been to Roby yet. Maybe they know something there.
I thought you already knew.
Well, I had an idea. I don't know for certain that he's there.
It's on the way. Why not?
I mean, we can stop there and then go further on to Terran from there.
I guess
What do you think,
why
Warland?
not?
What was that? No, I don't think we should stop in Roby. I think Gitaran is where we should go. The Roby is just a mountain town.
It sounds closer than Terran right now.
Right, but we'd never get to Terran from Roby, or at least that's not what they said.
Well, the goat farmers. Maybe they don't go to Terran.
Right,
were
but
just-
it's still some treacherous terrain. We shouldn't head too far up into these hills. We should stick to where the terrain's easier and make our way.
Horrible, what do you say?
Oh, the deeper we go into the hills with these supposedly hobgoblins and goblins around, that might be a problem.
It wouldn't be a problem for you, right? You know a bunch of people, don't you?
No.
So are we going to keep going to Terran, or are we going to go to Roby?
I think we should stick to Terra. It's the fastest route.
Right, and I think Karamikos agrees too.
Agrees with what?
Heading to Terran.
No, I agreed with Roby.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose we're a little split then. It's not as if
Yeah,
we're in a
there's-
rush. I don't mind indulging your curiosity.
I mean, the only rush you're in is that some of you are rather hurt, right?
But we can't get first aid in Terran anyway. There's no clerics. Maybe
Yeah.
there's
Well, there's no
a
clerics
cleric.
anywhere around here.
Well, maybe
Religion's
there's one.
illegal.
Well,
I guess the closer we get to Slen, the closer there will be more clerics. But not the kind of clerics you want.
I want to turn back to the goat farmer and say, is Roby a nice place?
It is nice. It is certainly a nice city for us. The biggest city we've been to around here.
Is it safe?
Safe. I guess they mainly mine there. They rather gruff folks, if I do say so.
All right. I'll turn back to Whirlin and Orbital, and why don't we check out Roby? We're looking for our father, and they might have some information there.
Fair enough.
Are you looking to kill him or looking to save him?
Important thing to know ahead of time.
Yes.
We're just trying to find him before we decide
Why you just immediately jump to killing him?
Because if I find my father, I would kill him.
Well, I don't want to lay all my cards out there.
Eric, I think we have a copycat on the team.
No, I know he's alive. I don't want to find him. But if I do find him, I'd kill him.
Yeah.
Is this just what all of your kinds do? You just go and kill all of your parents? I just moved out. Simple. Less
When your
bloodshed.
father is your father because he was violent,
Hmm.
then you do not want to have a nice chat with them.
I suppose that's a bit problematic too.
Yes.
Still, I don't mind indulging your curiosity. If you think there's a slim chance, then may as well go and ask questions. Though, maybe, just a slight suggestion, the next time someone starts asking you questions or you ask them, don't go straight for the sword next time. I think that'll improve your odds.
Fair enough.
He does have more weapons than a sword. He could go for the axe.
Right, but the axe is a little more subtle, you know. That's a different message.
Helmet
It's
has
about
horns.
class, you see.
Bare fists.
All right.
I guess we're heading to
As
Roby.
as this conversation about murder and fathers and swords started coming up, you notice the three folks you're talking to each kind of give each other a look, and they're putting away their what's left of their lunches, and we're sorry, we've got to tend to the goats.
Could you point us down
Good
the
luck.
path?
It is
Which
rude
path?
to eavesdrop.
Oh, we're all sitting there.
That way. Yeah, Roby's that way. Good luck.
Thank you.
Take care. Thanks for the meal.
They kind of they scamper away, moving some of the goats out of your both out of your path and away from you.
All right, let's head down that goat path then, huh?
All right, you're gonna head down the goat path.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is a much different travel than going through the forest. It's still forested on the sides of these the hills here, but it's starting to be much more steep elevation gain. You're walking along rocky paths along the edge of hills. It's different. You can feel the elevation as you climb. I'm still hearing an echo, Dennis, every once in a while.
Okay.
Um,
I'm
just
not.
letting you know.
Okay. How about now?
We'll have to wait till they talk. It only really seems to happen when we're talking a bunch. It's weird.
I'm like moving the mic too, so or moving the cable. So every time I move the cable, that seems to be when it happens.
We'll have to sort it out. Eventually, we'll get it all. Eventually, we'll have no problem. That's the goal.
Yeah.
It's a little after 12:30. I have to take a quick bathroom break. Can you give me
Yep.
5 minutes?
Yep.
Yep.
5 minutes it is. We're timing you.